Welcome to Teasing the NFL. My name is Andrew Chang. This guy is Daniel Saludo. Today we're going to be covering the Seattle at Atlanta game. And for the life of me, I don't know why these numbers are coming out the way they're coming out, but the line for this game is Seattle minus 2.5. Figure that. Against Atlanta.
It's Atlanta at home. They're in a dome.
Very, very fishy to me. But that's still not going to stop me.
But they're both birds, Seahawks and
they're both bored. That is correct. So if you tease it, Seattle you can still lose by 3 points, so 3.5. And Atlanta, if you tease that, they can lose by 8.5. Which, if we're talking value, you know what? There's no way. I had to take Seattle. What do you think, Danny? Like, give me your thoughts, man. Lay it on me.
I mean, Seattle should be, in my opinion, Seattle should be the bigger favorite. But I think people are higher up in general on Atlanta with the addition of Todd Gurley, and their offensive line is healthier this season. But that remains to be seen. I don't know. I would probably. I feel like Seattle should be something like -5 in my opinion, maybe. But
okay.
yeah, I mean, you have a -2, and you can take it across a 0, get plus value over a field goal. So they can lose this game by a field goal, and you're still safe on your teaser.
Right, which I think that's great value, especially when the Seahawks, when you think of that talent, well, I mean, I'm kind of a Seahawks fan, but if you're looking at Russell, the Love Muscle Wilson. You're looking at your boy, Chris Carson.
Yep.
Right? You're looking at Mr. Metcalf. It used to be pothead Josh Gordon, but I missed that guy.
He did sign with him.
Wait, did he sign with him?
He did sign with him.
I don't think
he's suspended, but he did sign with him.
Yeah, well, what I'm saying is, yeah. So, and then they still have Tyler Lockett. And I feel like, what's his name?
Who?
Oh my gosh. He's
Position?
QB. Matt Ryan.
Matty Ice.
Matty Ice is definitely. He's been quiet. He's been quiet last
season. He's always been a stats numbers guy, except for the MVP season that he had in 2016. But I'm a little curious to see how good or not so good Atlanta is. Just in general, because I'm curious to see what they do with Gurley. This game is going to have numbers just because Atlanta proved it last season. When they fall behind, they just pound, throw it. Here you go, Julio Jones. Here you go, Calvin Ridley. I mean, they had Austin Hooper last season, but now they've got Hayden Hurst, dumping a little bit of Hayden Hurst, and just expect a lot of volume out of Atlanta here.
Atlanta. I mean, yeah, and then. Oh, you know what? I kind of forgot. Clowney is not with Seattle anymore, is he?
No, Clowney signed with. Oh my God! I was just looking at this the other. He's not at Seattle though. That's my answer.
I still like that defense though because they just acquired that dude from New York, the Jets.
Oh, Jamal Adams.
Yeah,
they did acquire Jamal Adams in a trade.
I like
so
that.
they actually have a really good secondary now. If you really think about it, they actually have a really nice secondary. Jamal Adams really closes up every the middle of the field.
Yeah. So with that being said, I really do like. I think the value is there for Seattle to lose by 3 and you can still win your bet.
Yep.
I would take that.
We're kind of assuming we kind of are under the assumption here that they're just going to win the game.
Yeah, I could say that too.
So what you've done is, well, now they can lose. I have an assumption that they're going to win this game. They're the favorite, and they can lose by a point, 2 point, 3 points.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
They can lose by a 2-point conversion. Oh, yeah, fantastic! Like, oh well, I mean, it sucks for the Seahawks, but
hey, that's our money.
We get paid.
So this is definitely. I know I have this listed down as one of my top choices for a teaser myself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, I think I'm kind of on that high with you. I do see a little more stuff later on the list of videos that we got going on that might take the spot. But, I also know that Seattle does start off very slow.
They can.
It never fails. I mean, looking from a fantasy perspective, I think every game, when you watch that Seattle offense for their first 4 games, they're just like, they're still trying to figure it out. Especially
Even though
since
they don't have to, it's just here's the rock, run it. All right, go out, throw it.
Exactly.
That's how it should be.
That and, just looking at that Texans game that we saw today, that there was no preseason, and yeah, there were a couple plays that were questionable, to say the least, on both teams. And we're talking about a Super Bowl team.
Yeah.
So
a lot of kinks to be worked out with every team in the end.
But I think at the end, Seattle will come prepared. Seattle has more weapons, so I gotta lean towards Seattle. And they can lose by
by a field goal.
Yeah, by a field goal. Like, dude.
What about any of the totals on here? You haven't mentioned any of the totals.
Looking at the totals, yeah.
Total is 49.5. Seattle gets teased down to 43. I mean, sorry, the over gets teased down to 43, and the under gets teased up to 55.5. I'm assuming there's quite a bit of scoring in this game. So
so you're expecting a shootout?
A bit of a shootout, yeah. The Seahawks really aren't in many low-scoring games. Think about it. They really aren't.
Okay.
They put out offense, and they can get scored on.
And then Atlanta, and
Atlanta's all offense. They don't have much of a defense.
Oof.
Especially in their secondaries. They don't have anything in their secondary now.
Oh, I don't know. Todd Gurley running around, Chris Carson running around.
I
mean, if they score, it's not. That won't be an issue.
Because you have to think about it. If Atlanta falls behind, then they have to throw it. That's what happened all season last year. They fell behind so much that they just had to air it out. That's why Devontae Freeman, even though he wasn't much of a talent anyways, could not get a lot
going. Yeah. Oh my God, who else was? The tight end on Seattle, Disley, right?
Yeah, he'll be back. He'll be healthy.
Yeah, so I like that too. So there's, I could see the value for the over, but again, I don't see Seattle losing at all.
No, this is definitely both of us taking Seattle for sure.
Yeah, I don't see that at all.
And I gotta change the number to 2.5 here.
There we go. And of course, these are the numbers that were given to us, but I'm sure that these numbers will be just a little bit different later on in the week.
Well, this line started at 3.5 as Seattle for the favorite. So it worked itself down to 3, and it stayed that way up until yesterday, and then it moved to 2.5. I think about 7 hours ago, which was late afternoon here in Houston. So
if it moves down to -2. I would be very skeptical. I don't know why, but whenever a line movement's like that, it's like,
yeah,
someone knows something that
the bookies are in it to make money, so yeah, they're going to do what's in their favor.
And how do we not give bookies our money? We don't bet, or we win.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Fair enough.
On to the next video, I suppose, for tuning into. I just totally messed that up.
It's okay, I'll take it for you here. It's not that easy, right? It's kind of hard. It's kind of hard. Man, as you know, I let Andrew have a shot at this.
That was the first run, man. I think the intro was pretty solid, but we need to.
The intro was good.
We need to have an exit.
It's actually harder to close it.
We need to have a better exit plan.
That's fine. No, it's not. I got you, man. That's what I'm here for. We cover each other.
There we go.
So yeah. So again, we'll quickly we both like Seattle plus 3.5 teaser here. It's up there for me as one of the choices for the no sweat bet. It's definitely up there for me.
Yeah.
So, but until then, we've got plenty more of afternoon games to go through. Tune in for the next video that's coming up later. Daniel Saludo here for Andrew Chang. Don't forget, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, like it, tick the notification bell to keep up to date with us, and don't forget to subscribe. But until then, make sure you get your bets in, get your money in for these games, and don't forget to be a tease.